Ladies and gentlemen, friendly reminder, tomorrow you have a test, 25 questions, all multiple choice. No one should be freaking out. You have a focus and study guide and an outline due tomorrow. Hopefully, we've started our outline.
I like procrastinating.
Cool, then that's on you. That stress is on you. Whatever we do not finish in class today, it is your responsibility to finish. We're going to hustle as hard as we can, get as much done as possible. Sound good to you?
Yes.
Okay, so on your whiteboard, here we go. Please tell me what is when you change one's own behavior to match that of other people. When you change your own behavior in order to match other people. You in middle school. Yeah, Emerson. Conformity. On your whiteboard, what a famous experiment teaches us conformity? Good. Camden. Thank you for that dramatic retelling. Thank you. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is it called? It's the kind of thinking that occurs when people place more importance on maintaining group cohesiveness. So you leave a sporting event and everyone's just walking out this way and you're like, I guess this is how we leave, and you just follow the herd. What is it, Ian? Groupthink. On your whiteboard, what is it called when you change your behavior because an authority figure directed you to do it? Like Miss Melnick said, cover your damn shoulders, so you cover your shoulders. It is what? Actually, I take that back. That's not the greatest example. Ignore that example. On your whiteboard, because I kind of messed it up a little bit. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is it called when an extreme belief with more exposure is no longer extreme and is now pulled to the middle? This is how we get crazy ideas like Hitler's Nazi Germany. What is it called when we take an extreme idea and pull it more to the center? For instance, Medicare for all 10, 15 years ago was very extreme. Now, today in 2020, it is one of the major things unifying the Democratic Party. What is it? Olivia?
Great polarization.
There you go. On your whiteboard, what is it called? I want to go to Paris for Valentine's Day. I tell McCray I want to go to Paris for Valentine's Day, and he's like, hell no. And I was like, fine. Then can we just go to St. Augustine for the weekend? And he'd be like, yes, that is way more cost effective. But in fact, I only wanted to go to St. Augustine. What is it, Luke? Thorn face. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is it called where I'm like, hey, McCray, how about we, for Valentine's Day, how about we just do a card? And he's like, absolutely, let's do a card. And I was like, well, we should probably go out for dinner as well. Like, nothing crazy. And then he's like, fine. And then I was like, you know what, we should probably do like a big old weekend out of town. And he's like, this is spiraling. What is it called, Margot? There you go. What is it called when I ask you, hey, guys, I have Girl Scout cookies. You want some? $5. And you're like, hell yeah. And then you're like, oh, my God, the best ones are Thin Mint, obviously. And you're like, oh, my God, I really want Thin Mint. I'm like, oh, man, for $5 you can't get Thin Mint, but for only $4 more you can get Thin Mint. And you're like, oh, my God, I'm already invested. What is it, Madison? Low ball. Infomercials. Do you see the difference between them? Okay. Low ball, you have to already be financially involved. Then you get it. That's not all. It's still trying to get you to buy in. And what is it? Curtis. That's not all. Okay. All right. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is it called? I am like really good at juggling. But I'm better when people are watching me. I always break my world record when people are watching. I can't juggle. I can't. Not that I've ever tried, but Caroline. There you go. Why does Miss Bennett not assign school projects? Because they're stupid. And why are they stupid? What's the scientific term for why they are stupid? Ian. Social loafing. Because you're all going to do it at 2 o'clock in the morning of the day it's due, and it's all going to be bullshit. Correct? Am I wrong? Nope. You have 3 components to your attitude. What are those 3 components of your attitude? Charles, what are they?
Emotion, behavior, cognitive.
There you go. Emotional, behavioral, and cognitive. So anything that you're actually passionate about. So if you're really passionate about a political candidate, whether on the left or the right, that you have emotional, behavioral, and cognitive reason why you want that person to win in 2020. Okay? If there's someone you absolutely hate, okay, then you have a cognitive, behavioral, and emotional response for it. Okay? Same thing with anything. Anything you have any true feelings about. Like, for instance, I hate Friends, the TV show. I hate it. I hate it because I watched it live, and like, you people in your generation are just so weird with your binging and how hardcore you people get. It's just strange. So I watched it live, and I've seen every episode, but you people have really taken this to a whole new perverse level. And you did the same thing to The Office, in my own personal opinion. Moving forward. Yes, you can. And it has not aged gracefully. You watch those episodes, you're like, you can't play this on TV today. It has not aged gracefully. Right, Maggie? Should we just text me? The Office is not great. Okay, so opinion formation. I believe there is a question on your focus.
What about social impairment?
Social impairment, we're getting there. Okay, anything on that? We're okay? And we're alright? We're okay on attitudes? Perfect. I'm going to keep going on persuasion. We're coming back to Milgram, I promise you. We're coming back to it. I just want to cross out the question.
We didn't do that.
We didn't go over the components about it.
Oh, we didn't? I thought we were kind of.
Like
Okay.
we got the title, so we didn't do the ball.
Alright, so effective is your feelings towards something. So, your feelings towards it. So, if I mention something like your immediate response, like Friends, do you like it or not?
No, sure.
Yeah, I mean, who here doesn't give a crap about Friends? Like, you're completely mild. There's some people who absolutely love it, and then there's a couple weirdos like me who just hate it. I'm over it. Feelings is like your emotional response, and that's what you should bring. It's your emotional response towards it. Perfect example, I don't care if you love him, hate him, but Donald Trump gets a emotional reaction out of pretty much all people. Can we agree? You either absolutely love him or you absolutely hate him. That would be your emotional feeling for him. Then you have your behavioral, your actions you take. So, are you, like for instance, I'd like to do something that's not as politically charged as Donald Trump, and he's the only thing I can keep coming back to. With Donald Trump, you either love him or you hate him. If you love him, then you are trying to support his candidacy. You're wearing his shirts, you're wearing his hats, you're going to the rallies, you're participating. If you hate him, you are throwing money towards pretty much any other candidate. You are doing stuff. You are wearing shirts that support other people. You are maybe even going door to door supporting a candidate because they're coming here in the next couple weeks, people. All of these candidates, like the 9 left, or they'll all be in Florida here starting to show up pretty damn shortly. So keep that in mind, especially all you first-time voters. You should really get into the whole thing by going to the rallies, whoever you support, go see them when they're coming and all that stuff. It's a big deal. 2020 will. There's tons. They'll be coming here because they got to get through Iowa, and once they get to Iowa, then we'll start doing a couple trips to Florida, and then we'll be super popular for like a month. And they'll be all here for a month. Okay. Then you have cognition. Is your logical response, your thoughtful response. For instance, if you love Donald Trump, you're gonna cite look at the economy. Jobs are up. Unemployment is down. Look at how many more people are in the workforce. All of those different types of things are a logical argument to support Donald Trump. If you hate Donald Trump, then you would start saying, well, look at how he's been treating these types of people. Look at what's happened on the border. Look at how we've done all these things. And you take a very logical status on it. Everything that you actually care about, you should be able to describe the feeling it gives you, how you support it with your actions, and your logical reasons why you like it. Okay? So I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I love Harry Potter. And I can give you a bomb explanation. Of course, now I'm at the end of this one. Could have done less controversial, but here we are. Could have given you a great explanation of why Harry Potter is the greatest children's series in the history of the world and transcends into adulthood. Okay? Anyway, there you go. All right. Formation of attitudes. The more you're exposed, the more ideas and openness you're going to have. Your ideas and your attitudes are formed by your parents. Okay? So even though you're like, oh my god, they don't care what your parents think, you do care what your parents influencing, and your parents have a weight on you. As you leave your parents' house and go to college and get exposed to more things without having your parents run some feedback, your opinions will vary. No. 7? What does 7 say? Okay, so direct contact. Yes, this is number 7. Okay, so yes, people. I asked if there was something on your focus now.
It is number 6 is adding student context for
The ABCs is everything we just talked about. 7 is, here we go, so direct contact. Okay, I will tell you right now, I don't think my dad has ever had a real conversation with a Muslim. So my dad's thoughts and perspectives and opinions on Muslims is one that he's heard through the media. Which do you think is positive or very scary? Very scary. So the best thing for my dad, it would be for him and another guy around his age with a couple of kids, just like he does, and sit down and have a conversation about what religion means to him. That's direct contact. Okay? When you meet someone from another race, sexual identifier, or another country, and you meet them and you interact with them, that's direct contact. Okay? If you were raised in a super conservative house and you hate gay people, okay? Which, fine. Have you ever interacted with a gay person? No. Right? Sit down and have a conversation. You will find more things similar than you are different. That is direct contact. There used to be a really great show by the guy. You know the guy who did who ate McDonald's every day? Super Size Me guy. He did a 30-day challenge where he would put opposite people in the same house. So if you were, there's one episode where he took an Islamophobe in a Muslim family, and he made the Islamophobe live in the house of the Muslim family. And by the end, this super, of course, I'm a diehard Christian. A Christian would never interact with a Muslim. What? How have you perverted Jesus' teachings to that? But that's fine. And so at the end of the 30 days, it's kind of this interaction of how it works, and he learns a crazy amount, and he called himself a better Christian because of it. So they take people from different, that's direct contact. Next one is direct instruction. Your parents have taught you their values, whether directly or indirectly. Okay? My dad finds time spent more valuable than anything else. My dad used to have a pretty high-powered job, which is why we used to have a summer house. We had a nice house in Boston. I'm an upper middle class family. That's where I come from. But my dad found it more important to take time off work to come to every single one of my soccer games since I was 4 years old. My dad never missed a soccer game my entire life. So what was more important to him, his business trips or my soccer game? So guess who I am the biggest dinosaur in the history of the world because of that value. I learned that from my father. So I found McCrae, who finds time is more valuable than anything else too. Does that make sense? It's something that's of value in it. Miss Bennett. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Daily guidance. Okay, so that's direct instruction. Your parents have taught you things. Maybe your mother is super religious. Mine is. And from that direct instruction, I've decided, nah, that's not for me. Okay? And so that is another way of direct instruction. Next one is interaction with others. Hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, by you being in a kind of diverse school, I'm not going to say plants diverse. There's a whole lot of white people here. In a kind of diverse school, hopefully you've come into contact with lots of other people from different backgrounds and stuff like that, and hopefully you've interacted and shared conversations, actual genuine conversations, and that hopefully has made you a much more complicated and much more layered person. That's what interaction with others. College is where this is really going to shine because at every single college campus, they're pretty much super, super diverse. With that being said, with interacting with other people, you're going to have to come across some of these stereotypes of groups that you're not used to, different types of people, even within race, just looking at socioeconomics, talking about political, all of these different types of things you're going to have to deal with in interacting. Grace Mary?
How is that different from direct contact?
So direct contact is one-on-one. Interacting with others is more of a group study. Okay. Like, how many people have you invited to your house from a different race? You'd be surprised. A lot of white people have not had that many diverse people in their household. Like, my parents were completely shocked by my friends from high school in Florida. In my high school in Massachusetts, it was like wider than Penn High School. We had one black kid and like 4 Hispanics and like 10 Asian kids. That was it. That was the diversity of like a 5,000 person school. Okay? Here in Florida, super, super diverse. I had black, Hispanic, Asian, like a whole cross section. Because Florida is super diverse because the whole world's moving here, essentially. Right? And my parents were like, we've never had a black kid in our house ever before. We've never had Hispanic. Like, one of my best friends was Hispanic. And like they invited my parents over. And like my parents have never even had empanadas before. Like the most like basic Hispanic food. They were like, oh my god, what is this? It's called rice and beans, Anne. It's called rice and beans. Okay? Like all these different types of things, they've just never been exposed. Now, does that make them terribly horrible racist people? No. Does that make them engaging people who are trying to improve themselves? No. No. Is there error on both sides? Yes, they can be better, and they're very excited. They have a Hispanic neighbor, and she's very nice. That was a big thing. They have a Hispanic neighbor in their super white neighborhood, and she's like so nice. She's out there all the time and making my mom super anxious because her garden looks gorgeous, and it's making my mom paranoid. So now my mom's spending more time in her garden, and she's like, half this competitiveness is just not going to work.
She should have tried.
I was like, Mom, why don't you just go and talk to her and get hints? And she's like, because I don't want her to know I don't know. And vicarious conditioning is that we learn things by picking up on cues of others. We learn things by picking up cues from others. Okay, vicarious conditioning. So, we're just going to go to the worst side of society. So, if you hang out with a bunch of racists, okay, you're immediately going to start picking up on some of those racial undertones in your own thoughts and actions and behavior. So when you see people do racist shit and you don't say anything, you're a racist shit too. That's how I feel about it. Because those vicarious conditioning, by listening and hearing and allowing those types of conversations to occur, you're supporting that. Which means it's getting in your bread and your bread. It's not getting in your bread. That would be weird. That would be weird. It gets in your brain and then you're going to start mimicking those behaviors. Not maybe like the full-out racial slur, but you're going to start having and practicing some of those behaviors you're picking up. You are who you surround yourself with. If you hang around with shitty people, you're a shitty person. If you hang out with people who are challenging you and trying to make you better, you become a better person. That's vicarious conditioning. Okay? All right. Persuasion. We're hustling hard here. All right, persuasion is the process by which one person tries to change the belief, opinion, position, or course of action through another person through argument, pleading, or explanation. In 2020, how's this going? Terrible. I would say this is like the worst time to try to convince someone of your political rightness. Can we agree? Like, I don't even try to engage. Just like, okay. All right. It's not a great. Hopefully, in like after this election cycle, we can all have a conversation again. Don't you think? Or do you think it's gonna get worse? Worse. Oh shit. That's a deep, dark vortex you're getting us into, people. Who knows?
I don't know. Whoever wins, it's still gonna be bad.
No
matter who.
Who knows? Anyway, persuasion is when you're trying to get someone to believe the way you do. Okay. We can talk big. Obviously, I went straight for politics, of course, as the history teacher in me. But you can persuade people. Why? I read a really persuasive article. It's a very scholarly article, so you may not be up to par to handle this, from BuzzFeed about why Justin Timberlake is a shit person. Yes! I will not support him anymore. It was just a huge thing of why he's like a terrible human being and like the way he uses and abuses Britney Spears still to this day for his own personal economic flourishment. And I'm like, yes, don't disrespect her. So now I hate listening to her. Persuasion.
Did you read an article that persuaded you that you was a good person?
No, because I'm in my own echo chamber, and I really didn't like Justin to be like too much anyway, because and then here I am. Well, that would be a weird thing. No, it's perfect. Okay. Well,
The music is too fun.
persuasion. There are a couple ways that we can use persuasion. You can just write Justin Timberlake as your Alright, so persuasion. One of the many effects. Okay, so I taught 5 revolutions today, and I did a ton of big changes in AP world today, and I'm completely fried. So elaboration likelihood model is when you talk about something and keep adding more and more information to it. Have you ever talked to someone and you start an argument and you weren't really expecting much from, not an argument, but you're having a discussion. Let's start at the positive. You're having a discussion about, I'm trying to think of something that's not super. Huh? I'm trying to come up with non-politics examples and I just literally can't. Yeah, so the Yankees are an evil dynasty. Okay? That's not a hot button issue, that's fine. Okay, that baseball is the greatest sport in the history of sports. Fine, that's America's game and all that stuff. If you talk to someone who really knows baseball really, really well and he give you all these statistics and all this information, are you probably more likely going to believe them? Yes, that's elaboration likelihood model. So if I wanted to persuade you that Britney Spears, here, I'll refer to another BuzzFeed article I read recently. Britney Spears is the Beyonce before Beyonce. And I read that and I was like, girl, Beyonce? And then I read the article and I was like, damn, Britney,
No.
you really did. No! Yes! Yes! Let me tell you. According to this article, and I remember this because Britney Spears, I saw her in Vegas. And she was amazing. And it was wonderful. And I love her. And I have every one of her CDs. Oh my God, I love her. With that being said, Britney Spears was really trailblazing before Beyonce did it. Now, Beyonce has taken what Britney Spears has done and then done it on a much larger level, has included way more than just white people and this whole little image, which is great, all these other things, but Britney Spears is the one who laid it all down first. Britney was the first overtly sexual person. You're telling me my girl Beyonce doesn't shake that hip? I've seen her in concert 3 times, okay? You should see what she does at concert. My husband, he's still drooling in Miami after watching Beyonce up there, okay? So, with that being said, I read this huge article about all the things Britney did, laying the foundation for Beyonce. And I was like, damn girl, you really are a trailblazer. Yes, it's out there, Google it.
Hey, where's the article that says Beyonce is actual? You gotta get those sides of the story.
It's not
pretty
saying
good.
she's
better than her.
It's not, it's just that Britney laid down the foundation. You have to argue that Britney Spears, when she, why am I defending Britney Spears so much? I have no idea. Okay. Britney Spears, when she decided to go to Vegas and open up a residency, everyone was like, oh my God, that's where careers go and die. How's that working out now? Everyone's in Vegas now, right? There you go. I'm moving forward. I have to move forward. Central route processing. So, how can you argue better and make your opinion more prevalent in your friends? Central route processing. It's a type of information processing that involves attending to the content of the message itself. Okay, so say for instance, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to run for senator. By the way, when I was 4 years old, in 4th grade as well, but when I was 4 years old, I decided I wanted to be a U.S. senator. In the 4th grade, you know, for Halloween in Massachusetts, you don't dress up as like monsters and stuff. You have to dress up as who you want to be when you're a kid, when you grow up. And I dressed up as a U.S. senator. I'm still super proud of that costume. It was bomb. Anyway, if I wanted to tell you why you should vote for me to be U.S. senator, I would say, well, my name is Samantha Bennett. I should represent the great state of Florida because I know of the. I can't for Florida because I'm really good. I don't want to be a senator anymore. I just don't feel like I'm qualified, and I feel like there are better people out there, and because I have so much rage. And I have kind of like I will never be a state senator, and I'm fine with that because like I just can't. And I don't think as fast as these people do behind the podiums. You know what I mean? Like tonight there's a debate, if you care politically, which is part of the reason why I can't get politics out of my head. And Bernie and your girl Elizabeth Warren are gonna murder each other on these podiums because they are like straight up going to war already. Whatever. I don't think as fast as them. This is a terrible example. This has spiraled into not great.
Are we still on Central Route or-
Central Rep. So if I wanted to be a U.S. Senator, I would tell you, hey, I should be your U.S. Senator because I am a school teacher. I understand what the problems are in education, and I know how to better serve them than other government officials who don't know how money is being spent in our funding. I should be your U.S. Senator. I've been living in this great state of Florida for about 20 years at this point. I've gone through your education system. I am now a public servant, and I genuinely care about the people. I would focus on the issues. If I am doing a peripheral route processing argument, I would say, hey, I am Sam Bennett. I want to be your Florida senator. You should vote for me because I have a hell of a cute husband. Have you seen him? He's got these like cute little hazel eyes. He's got he's pretty cute. And he's funny. And I'm friends with Beyonce. And I wish. Obviously, you didn't need me to tell you that I'm not friends with Beyonce, but if you vote for me, you can come to a Beyonce concert because I'll have Beyonce perform concerts all throughout Florida, and it will be great. And so you should vote for me because you like my personality and that you like Beyonce and I like Beyonce. Yeah. That's peripheral route. Did I tell you any reason why I absolutely should be your candidate? No, but I want you to like my personality, which is what our candidates are doing now. Can we agree? They do like straight up hardcore, like this is my political theories, and then they do like cheesy shit where they eat like pizza. And like some use forks and that ruins their political career.
Huh?
Yeah, you've never heard? Yeah, some people eat pizza really weird and that ruins their political career.
Where did the pizza even come into?
Because they want you to feel like they're a real person. Like the expression of, oh, I could get a beer with that guy.
But what
It's like a
what
thing.
political candidate did that?
Hillary Clinton has gotten a lot of those. Barack Obama is one of the most famous examples. He ordered a cheeseburger, and he did not want yellow mustard. He wanted honey Dijon mustard. And people are like, look at how bougie this guy is. He wants honey Dijon mustard on his like cheeseburger. How un-American. Yeah.
Now they want money.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Didn't you know that one guy, he was like at the fair and he was going down on the burlap sack with like the absolute like most bored expression on his face ever. It's one of the Democrats.
I don't know.
Sorry, it was really funny. If anyone's
I don't know. All right, cognitive, social cognition. Is it on there?
Yes.
Oh, cognitive dissonance. Okay, cognitive dissonance I just hate. Cognitive dissonance is when you change your opinion about something. Huh? Dissonance, whatever. Cognitive dissonance is when you change your opinion to make it easier for you to process. Okay, so you don't like something, so you change the way you think about something. Okay, so you change. Hmm? Okay, so like there was a time where you probably hated watching, like my dad really loves spaghetti westerns, like the really old cowboy movies. I know, the whitest person you've ever met. It's true. Okay, so my dad really loves watching spaghetti westerns, and like for the longest time I used to hate them, but then like every time I'd sit down on the couch to hang out with my dad, guess what he would want to watch? Spaghetti westerns. So now in my head I'm like, oh, spaghetti westerns is me hanging out with my dad. So I still hate them, and I never watch them by myself, but when I think about them, I'm like, oh, it's so stupid. It's just a bunch of white guys like going around and like saving women, and all these women just faint all over the place. What kind of role models is this shit? Anyway, instead of thinking all those negative things, I'm like, oh, my dad really enjoyed these, and like, oh, it was us spending quality time together, being bored out of my mind. That would be an example. You change the way you think about things. For instance, you're all gonna fall in love with whoever you come across, and they're gonna like something that you hate, and then for them, for love, you're gonna love something they love. I can't really come up with a good example.
What do you love that you didn't before?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking McCrae. No, 'cause I loved baseball before. McCrae does like Beyonce. He does like, who doesn't love Beyonce? Especially when you see Beyonce in person 3 times and you spend thousands of dollars to take your wife to said Beyonce concerts. Honestly, one of the greatest performers we've ever seen is actually Jay-Z. Jay-Z, when he's rapping, is like crystal clear and like hella good. And when he's not on stage, because he tours with Beyonce, he just sits on the side and just watches Beyonce do Beyonce.
That's so cute though.
The cutest thing. Anyway, so social cognition is the mental processes that people use to make sense of the world around them. So everyone in this room knows someone who is socially very smart. They can get into a conversation with someone, interact with someone, and they can leave, and everyone's positive. You also know someone who's a complete idiot socially, correct? They can't help but say stupid shit at every wrong opportunity, yes? Okay? My sister is this person. Like, she will get so anxious. Like, for instance, okay, my sister's planning my baby shower. My bridal shower was also planned by my sister, because it's like default, it goes to your sister. It was horrific. It was awful. So with my baby shower, I planned every detail. I've told her exactly what linens to order, from where to purchase them. I planned every single detail. I can show you the spreadsheet. It's on my computer right now. It's 5 pages long. What? No. I see how Kim does things, and that is not my part. Anyway, with that being said, my sister will be so anxious about seeing these people, our friends, who she has known for years because she comes to things and my friends always show up at family things, like it's just a big thing. She will say something absolutely horrifyingly stupid to these people hosting this event. Because A, she's kind of hosting, so she has to do all this work. And then on top of it, she just gets so socially awkward, she just shuts down and just says random stuff. And it's kind of offensive. Because she would try to make a joke like, oh my god, I really like your shirt. And then she would try to be funny. And then it's like a super offensive comment, and you're just like, what is happening? And you're just watching this train wreck. It happens every time. You don't know anyone like that?
Yes.
Then you are the person. If you don't know anyone, then you're the person. Impression formation. Okay? Impression formation is that, have you ever met someone and you're like, oh my god, I hate that person. And then like you hang out with them 4 or 5 times and you're like, why do I hate them? And you're like confused why you hate them, but you still hate them. But you're like, they've always been kind of nice to me. And they try, right, Camden? That's how I feel about Camden.
Yeah.
Is that I hated her so much when I first met her. And I'm just kidding, you're the one texting her on the damn phone. So, impression formation is when you meet someone and you're like, oh my god, I hate this person. And you're like, oh man. And then you really don't have any good way to back it up. Like, I have a couple of people like this. Like, I kind of hate, but I'm not really sure why I hate them. You don't have
Just
people
that
like
one person who goes up.
Yeah, absolutely. You like don't know why. Like if you go to a restaurant and you had like one like weird kind of thing, like your drinks got there late, and then like when you finish everything and everything else has been perfect service, and you're like, what'd you think? And I was like, I don't know, the service wasn't great. And you're like, oh man, I'm never going back there. And then 2 months later, that business goes, and you're like, oh man, I should have got my drinks there quicker. Primacy effect is the first impression one has that continues to exist. Social categorization is the assignment of a person one has just met into a category. Okay, so it is when we lump people. Are they a jock? Are they, a brainiac? Are they a goth? You don't even have those anymore.
So like clothes.
Yeah, the clicks. You've got emos. Emos and goths are not the
It's
same thing. I'm so offended.
No. I was just kind of like,
Goths and emos are not the same thing. I was an emo kid. I am not goth. The goth kids are the ones who do like the like like the yeah. Haven't you seen that Mariah Carey like on like oh my god it's so funny. Never mind. You don't care. And this is not going where I need it to go. Emo is like we're super emotional. We're like skateboardy. We're like we listen to like rock music.
Draw
with,
this
like,
tear on their eye.
huh?
That's if you kill someone.
Yeah. Okay. A little bit of that, but nothing crazy. Scott people are only wear black. Okay. No, dark times. Dark times. You will never see a photo of me. You will see very baby me, and then dark times, and then you will see me in college. That is it. So, and we have stereotypes. Ladies and gentlemen, you live in a world of stereotypes. Can we agree? You also perpetuate a stereotype about yourself. It's called your Insta-feed. Can we agree? Because some of you have like Instagram for other people and then Instagram for you and your friends, which seems like a lot to manage. Like a lot. So you perpetuate a stereotype essentially about yourself. That everything is perfect, everything is perky and wonderful, and my life is fabulous. And then you have, you know, the shitstorm that is your life. And everything is in, you know, pieces and all that, you know. Isn't that how your life is? I don't post anything on social media, so I assume just everyone thinks my life's on fire. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Yeah, like there's people in like on my Facebook who like have no idea. I haven't posted a picture since Hawaii. I never came back. I said, alright. Yeah, I know. I have vacation pics and then it's gone to silence.
Are you gonna post a picture of the baby?
I know. I'm gonna teach you tomorrow. Oh, I got it. No, I know, but I wanted to get as much content as I could. There's only the 2 questions I'm gonna test. Anyways, I'm gonna teach you how no one putting in the front door again. Literally no one. Experiment in 1 sentence. No. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. But I thought you would appreciate if I got a ton of work done. Yeah. In regards to me teaching one small thing really well. Does that make sense? Yes. We got things to do. I mean, I know you take every other day off, of course, but. David's working so hard. I need it. And also, I'm trying to. I've sent like 6 emails. Okay. I'm keeping it up. I'm like on. This funnel. Where do I put these? Or you know, like walk in person and be like, hi. Yeah. Really, Kaylee, I go into like bases and you look stupid, but then when they walk in, they're like, okay. Good. On time to class. I'm trying to raise $40,000. And right now, personally, I raised $15,000 or $15,000. Yeah, I mean, my experience. I can't carry it.
Well, they're already submitted.
So, also good karma. Good karma. It's getting bigger by the second. If you look back, I'm bigger.
Where do you want us to write the 6 do now?
You're doing on a separate do now. Get another do now. You're going to staple it to the one we're doing tomorrow, too. It's all right. Thank you, Rex.
I remember all of the things that I thought I wanted to be. So desperate find a way out of my world and finally breathe. Right before my eyes I saw my heart, it came to life. This ain't easy, it's not meant to. Every story has its scars. But when the pain cuts you deep, and when the night keeps you from sleeping, just look and you will see that I will be your remedy. When the world seems so cruel, and then your heart makes you feel like a fool, I promise you will see that I will be remedy.
I texted Kate. I
You started?
No river is too wide or too deep for me to swim to you. Come whatever, I'll be the shelter that won't let the rain come through. Your love, it is my truth, and I will always love you. Love you. When the pain cuts you deep, when the night keeps you from sleeping, just look and you will see that I will be.
And there was like a bunch of stuff about him, and other people are obsessed, so I feel kind of vindicated that there's BuzzFeed articles about Cheer, because I felt like a big loser because no one else was talking about Cheer. And then I went on BuzzFeed, and there was like all this stuff about how.
So it's that fire like Usher won?
Yeah.
Cheer?
Yeah. It was so good! And I don't even give a shit about Cheer.
Alright, I guess I'll tune in.
Wait, what
Oh
was
my
good?
god, did you
I
finish
trust your
it?
show recommendations.
Oh my god, I literally gasped out loud and scared the dog when they were in Daytona.
I didn't expect that to happen.
Wait, what show?
Oh my
You?
god.
Have you ever seen the competition in Daytona?
Remember the cheer?
Yes. My parents live a half an hour south of Daytona, so like I've never like gone to Daytona and watched cheerleading. That's not what this does, but
How was 1917?
Class is literally upstairs in the corner of that.
better figure it out.
How was 1917?
Okay, so 1917,
I
I
heard it
saw
was
it on
really, really
Friday. I will tell you right now, it is not nearly as good. It's not as good as Saving Private Ryan, which to me is the pinnacle of war movies. If you've ever seen it, the stories of each of the men get told so eloquently. It's really powerful. You super care about every single one of the characters. It's fantastic in the historical mode. However, I will tell you, it is not up to par to Saving Private Ryan, but it is a bomb movie. And I have never seen a movie filmed the way it is because it's a constant shot.
What do you mean?
It's like it's a video game.
There's 4 cuts in there.
Well, fine, but there's
Oh.
it looks visually like there's no
Wait, I
cuts.
don't get it. Why would they do that?
Because they want you to feel like you're with the boys as they're going through on this like voyage. It is insane.
Shot movies.
I've ever seen. It was visually one of the coolest movies I've ever seen, and it's totally worth going to the theater.
I never look at that stuff. I just like.
I don't know, like it's cool, man. You gotta check it out. I have never seen anything like it.
I trust you now since the show. The show just got me addicted. So.
I would totally check out 1917. It was fantastic. Me and my husband who makes movies thought it was good. But it's not Saving Private Ryan good. Like the storyline is nowhere near as good as Saving Private Ryan. However, the movie is absolutely worth being seen. 1917 was a bomb movie. Like so good, so. Why do you have to do it so way? What? I know, I've taken care of it, you will see. It's all taken care of. What? Yes, I wasn't here this morning because I had a meeting, but yeah.
So tomorrow we're guys can like make it.
Do it after your testimony.
I know.
This morning I was.
It made me feel like I'm rest when I was watching. I wish I had someone like her.
3, 2,
Well, how about that game?
1. Shannon Gray, let's go.
How was that?
You guys just trade.
I mean, I'm writing.
All right, here we go. What is social facilitation, Samuel?
Social facilitation is the tendency for the presence of other people to make you want to perform better when doing something.
Okay. What would be an example of social facilitation? Like, what's something you're good at, Drew? You're what? Hey, it's a skill. Sometimes it gets hard. Sometimes it's tricky. Okay. If you just picked the most uncomfortable example for me to ask you if we watched you do that, which is the logical progression of social facilitation. Can we agree? But now we've gone to this whole voyeuristic, super creepy component of. Yeah, I know. Continuing the trend. So I'm walking away from that, Drew. Thank you kindly. Potter, what are you good at?
Fishing.
Fishing. What kind of fish you go for?
Depends.
Depends.
Freshwater, saltwater.
Okay. All right. I used to work at a fish camp.
Oh, really?
I was
In
a bait
Massachusetts?
girl. No, in Florida. Thank
Okay.
God. I'm right on the intercoastal in St. Augustine. I used to be the bait girl. So they used to have 4 different types of bait. You could get worms. They're already pre-packed, so I didn't really deal with that. But then you could have live fish, a live shrimp that I would catch. I would get you the frozen dead shrimp that you would order, and then I would also do the guppies, where you had like the little guppy fish that you could do. Your girl was in there, elbows up, and just disgusting. And my husband still married me.
No. Oh.
That's where you met him?
No, thank God. No, thank God. When I first met him, I was working at a chocolate shop. I smelled like chocolate all the
How many
time.
different jobs have you had?
I would
I
say that's
paid
a
for
bad
college, so every job. Every job. All right, so if we watched you fish, Potter, would you fish better? It's also a terrible
Where'd you go to
example of
college?
fishing is
Yeah,
not
I mean,
in your
I didn't
flow.
know.
Noise so that they can bite.
I know, Rex.
Definitely
I
not.
consider myself good at doing
Want to
something.
fish better.
Oh my God, I hate every single one of you.
Like,
Social loafing, what is it, Grace?
social loafing is the tendency to like
On the fish.
work less on a project when you know other people are done the same task.
There you go. And people are lazy, and that's why Miss Bennett does not assign this crap. Perfect.
Where'd you go to college, Miss Bennett? Just a quick question.
Flagler. Total it up for the day. Total it up. Nope. Total it up for the day. Give back the person who owns it. Take out your quiz. We gotta move. We got a lot of content to get
I just don't
to.
do this.